Hello everyone, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are located in the world. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Margo Kamaya. Okay, so my channel is youtube.com/MargoKamaya. And in this channel, I talk a lot about my favorite interests. One of them are books. Okay, so in this particular episode, I'd like to share with you some of my Philippine history book finds in Shopee. So Shopee is a very popular shopping app in the Philippines. You can also go online, just type in Shopee.com. You'll be able to buy stuff via Shopee or download the app. So Shopee is, I think the closest description would be it's similar to Amazon.com. You can buy anything in Shopee. And again, I just discovered it last month when they hosted the Aklatan Book Fair, which featured Philippine publishers. Okay, so publication companies in the Philippines. It was, I think it was 3 or 4 days of purely sales, discounted books being offered by Philippine publishers. Right. So I'll also be writing in the description the different stores where I bought my books to help you out, so you might be interested. Another thing that I like doing in Shopee, or one of the reasons also that I find easy to buy stuff in Shopee, especially for books, is the courier system. You can actually choose, so some stores will give you the option which courier will deliver to you, right? And depending on the courier, so I just discovered this, depending on the delivery company, you'll also notice how they pack the items. Okay, one, I think it was Ninja Van for Anvil, which are the first 2 books wherein I bought Rizal B. Mojares' books. It was through Anvil Publishing. Okay, so we have Isabelo's Archive in House of Memory by national artist Rizal B. Mojares. So it's a mix of history, right? Historical facts, but disguised in a very creative way of writing them so that it has an appeal to the audience. So I bought these in Anvil, and one of the options in terms of the shipping company was Ninja Van, and I like the way they came in because they were in a box. So very safe, no dents. Okay, it's like I bought them at National Bookstore. Okay, so these are the 2 buys that I bought from Anvil Publishing. Okay. Another is, this is my highly sought after book. It's all about Himlayan, Panteon, Camposanto, and Cementerio, exploring Philippine cemeteries. This is from UPPress. Okay. I bought 3 books from AteneoPress. First book is volume 2 of Father Pedro Chirino's epic publication, History of the Philippine Province of the Society of Jesus. This is volume 2. Next item that I bought from Ateneo Press is Reading Horacio de la Costa's S.J. Views from the 21st Century. Finally, this is the steal of all, because this was only for 100 pesos. Revolutionary Clergy, the Filipino Clergy and the National Movement, 1850 to 1903, John N. Schumacher, S.J. Okay? Right. Okay. And finally, last press store or publication store. This is actually the oldest press company that we have in the Philippines. It's the University of Santo Tomas, or USTPress. And it's so memorable because imagine they're the longest. It's been what? Almost 500 years that they've been printing books. And the oldest book that was printed in using a Dominican press. First book written and printed by a Filipino is this book. Not actually this book, but based on that book. Is Librong Pag-aaralan ng mga Tagalog ng Wikang Kastila. Meaning, for Tagalog, so Filipino, the word Filipino was not yet used at the time to describe us. So Tagalogs, right? People majority from the Luzon provinces. So this is actually a book to teach Tagalogs how to speak Spanish. And it was written and printed by Tomas Pinpin using the Dominican press. So Tomas Pinpin is a native of Bataan. He was one of the first printmakers that were taught by the friars, no? And it became his profession. So I'm so excited to read this. Just imagine that this was originally printed in early, I would think 1630s or 1640s, and we still have a copy, you know, of the text, and it's available for us, for Filipinos in the 21st century, right? This one is a great find for me. Talking History, Conversations with Teodoro A. Agoncillo. So he was interviewed by Ambet R. Ocampo. So Professor Ocampo, who is now a famous historian and professor, at that time when he was interviewing Teodoro Agoncillo, I think he was still finishing his doctorate or master's in history, and he interviewed Professor Agoncillo in the twilight of his years, just a few months before he died in January 1984. Right? So I read this. Once I received it, I read it within 2 days. I finished reading it, and it's such a lot of things that I discovered about personalities. Actually, what I like about this is Professor Agoncillo's take on the different personalities during that time, no? in the history of, or in the historical community, in the Philippine historical community. So a lot of chismes that he made here. Okay. Next is, again from UST, Las Casas Bajo de las Campañas by Raquel Florendo. Good book. I think this is just like 500 pesos or 600 pesos. And it talks about the different, the houses, the house structures in Ilocos. Okay. So a lot of photos as well available. Okay. And last book. This one, I really like this. Okay, I've been looking for this. Again, by University of Santo Tomas Publishing House, right? USTPress, via Shopee app. Puentes de España en las Filipinas, or The Spanish Colonial Bridges in the Philippines by Manuel Maximo Lopez del Castillo Noche. So these are the surviving bridges, okay, that were made during the time of the Spanish colonial period. Okay. Some bridges are still intact, other bridges are still being used, some have been modernized, okay, some have been forgotten. So there is a short description of what the bridge is, and then a photo. Okay. So again, very interesting. Okay, so I'm starting to like USTPress. They've come out with a lot of good titles. You know, just imagine, they are the longest and the oldest Philippine publication. So in a way, we are helping the local economy. We are helping our local publishers to continue printing good Philippine history, Filipiniana books for future generations. So please, no, go to Shopee. Again, I will share with you the different publishing companies. Okay, just imagine, take a look at my purchases in Shopee, all books. right? Thank you, Shopee, for coming up or partnering with our local production or our local publishing companies and helping them survive in this pandemic, in this time of pandemic, right? The Philippines having the longest quarantine. But again, no? Tatak Pilipino, what else do they say? Tangkilikin ang sariling atin. So please buy local, right? Don't forget to buy Philippine books to help our economy. Okay, and please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, youtube.com/MargoCamaya. Like this video. If you want to suggest any topics regarding books or about Philippine history or culture, please don't forget to comment, right? So I'll see you soon. Take care, everyone. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye. Take care.